We are in Sarnico
Yes.
to talk about
Paratico, actually.
Paratico.
Yes.
To talk about numerology.
Yes.
We already recorded one video about numerology, but
Yeah.
do you want to do another one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do the whole 10 numbers.
All of it? All of them?
Or we stopped at number 5.
We stopped at number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about 5.
So I would say let's start with 5.
Let's start with 5 then.
Okay.
Here are the stones. We
Yeah.
are going to
For
use them.
convenience reason.
Yes.
So, well, number 1 was the potential. Number 2 is balance, two things looking at each other peacefully. Number 3 is the beginning of something new. 4 was stability. And 5 is something that from within the stability goes out to explore, to create something new, on an adventure. It's it can be a conflict, like something that breaks the stability. Like this is too static, too stagnant. I'm bored. I don't accept this, so I break free, and by doing so, I create something new. It's like almost like what happens with the number 3. Like there's a balance, and then suddenly there's something new happening. Only now with number 5, it's something more fiery and somehow violent, not necessarily in a bad way. This is also because number 5 is associated with Mars, or Gebura on the Tree of Life, and therefore Mars. So it's always somehow some kind of breakthrough in a way that is it breaks the stagnation from before to create something new. Mars is also associated with the Tower in the Tarot. So the fact that number 5 is associated to Mars and Mars is associated with the Tower kind of hints at the clean slate vibe that sometimes the number 5 can have. Then there's number 6, which I think it's visible even like this, but just in case it isn't, is 2 triangles intertwined. Number 6 is what happens once the stagnation of 4 is broken by 5 and a new state is reached, in which case this state is balance rather than just the stability of 4. This is actually balance, harmony. It's associated with Tiferet on the Tree of Life, whose meaning is beauty, which is exactly at the center of the Tree of Life. And it's associated with the sun, because of course the sun is also at the center of the solar system. And it's also as above, so below, because you got one triangle pointing upwards mixed together with one pointing downwards, which effect you see.
Yeah.
So that's again a hint at the idea of balance. What else? It's a golden middle idea of number. It's like it's also the first perfect number pythagorically, because 6 is the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3. So the first 3 numbers create number 6. All of those three are also numbers that you can divide 6 by. I think the second perfect number is 10. But don't take my word for it, because it might also be 8, as far as I remember. Then you have number 7, which, this is Kitty.
Kitty scratched you
Kitty,
so deep.
no, it bit me. It didn't scratch
Oh
me.
God.
That's
This is
even,
even worse.
yes, it is. Number 7, um, which I will actually create by making this. It's a square with a triangle on top.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7 is the number 7 is very much mentioned anywhere. Like in the Torah, number 7 is everywhere. The 7 days of creation, the 7 high priests of Israel, a whole lot of sevens, 7 deadly sins, 7 cardinal virtues. It's it's a major number, and it always has been. Um, this represents the purity of spirits, because it's the 4 elements of which creation is made, joined by the 3 elements of philosophical creation: fire, water, air, earth, joined by salt, mercury, and sulfur. They are chemical elements, which are not physical elements, but they are philosophical elements. So the number 7 is essentially a number of pure spiritual completion. It's mastery of both tangible and intangible. But Kabbalistically, it's also Netzach, which is the sephira of emotions, of passion. Netzach, even though it's associated with Venus, is associated also with the element of fire, because of the fiery emotions. Fun fact about number 7 on that regard: you, if you consider the totality of creation as a circle, as a perfect circle, which is 360 degrees, you can divide 360 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10, and it always gives you a perfect number. You cannot divide it by 7.
Mm.
If you divide it by 7, it gives you an irrational number, not a complete number. And that is significant, because 7, being Netzach, being emotion and passion, teaches you that you cannot rationally encapsulate it. You cannot put mass into passion. What you get is an irrational number, just as emotions are irrational. It's also a nice hint at the fact that God took 7 days to create everything. All of creation was made in 7 days. And that's because creation was not meant to be perfect. It was not meant to be perfectly predictable. It wasn't meant to be something that you could calculate. There's an element of irrational, there's an element of unpredictability, which is deliberate in it. It teaches you that perfectionism is not the way life is meant to be lived. And this is a nice reminder in the number 7. It's also the 7 planets, of course. The 7 are chemical phases. It's a huge number, symbolically. Then you have number 8, which is easy to showcase, as just as for number 6, I pointed out that it was 2 triangles. These are 2 squares.
Mm-hmm.
And this has some implication in Christianity when it comes to the number 8, because it represents Christ. Like, it represents the physical world and the non-physical world, but as in the divine world, overlapping. and the figure of Christ represents this overlap, as in he is a man, but he is also part of the Trinity. So it's an element of divine mastery which we as humans cannot attain, because it's something that is left only for the Adam Kadmon, as in the archetypal human before the fall from Eden. So when it comes to the numerology on a Pythagorean or Christian sense of number 8, it's a number of wisdom, it's a number of perfect mastery, it's a number of overlapping of divine and material. I'm thinking if there's something more I can say. I did take notes, by the way, which I don't know if I have here,
Maybe you do.
because there might be something more about number 8 before I move on to the Kabbalistic part, which is the one that I, of course, don't need notes for. Yeah, let's see. Whoop. Yes. Uh-huh. No, yeah, that was about it. Uh, it's also the fact that the number 8, of course, if you flip it over, becomes the symbol of infinite, which is another hint at this sort of cosmic mastery theme. It's divine and material realms overlapping and communicating. It's also Hod, which is the 8th Sephira on the Tree of Life, which means glory. Hod translates to glory. It's the Sephira associated with Mercury, and therefore with communication, with logic, with smarts, with the mind as used logically, but also not logically in a hyper rational way. Hod is also a good storyteller, is in Hod, because he's able to use words to communicate. So the number 8, for instance, in the tarot, has an element of rationality always. When you see the 8 of swords, it's overthinking. It's too much thinking trapping you, because it's the thinking from the swords and the thinking from the 8. And then you have number 9, which I very easily do as this, make as this, as in number 8 plus a dot. Number 9 is the end of a cycle before absolute completion, for good or bad. Because after 9, the only other number you have is 10, which is already, 10 is like the coda of the melody. You already know that the song has ended when it reaches 10. Number 9 is the melody that is reaching the end, and you know it's going to end soon, but you still get to savor it. So number 9 is, let's see, what can I... It's a culmination of experience, the light at the end of the tunnel. You see it, you're not there yet. When you're there, it's number 10. It's Pythagorically is a symbol of attainment, complete attainment and mastery of something. It's that's because it's the last a single-digit number, and it's also the highest, because 10 is no longer a single-digit number. So in the Pythagorean Tetractys, which I will show you in a second, number 9 is uh, essentially the highest mastery that you as a man, as a human being, can attain in a certain topic, in a certain field. After that, you go into a divine area, which you can grasp, you can experience, but you cannot stay there. I will get to it when we get to number 9. Oh, sorry, it's number 10. Kabbalistically, it's Yesod, the foundation, which is the subconscious intuition, imagination as the way to a higher state of spiritual awareness. Because Yesod in the tree of life is where you go right after you leave Malkuth, which is the realm of materiality. That's imagination. In the tarot, the number 9 has to do with imagination, with emotions, but not passions. Emotions as in like the subconscious. It has to do with imagination and the subconscious as a way of accessing higher realms of being, uh, higher intuitions about creation. So, but that's something that anybody who reads the tarot, if whatever deck you're using, if you're using like the Rider-Waite, for instance, go get your nines and think about it as in why is what does the subconscious have to do with this card. This is essentially my emotions and my subconscious are at peace with each other. I am content, I'm very happy. This is my emotion, my subconscious and my outside world are working together, so I am thriving.
Yep.
There's also an element of sexuality in Yesod, so it's also like I'm enjoying my physicality. And this is my subconscious and my passions and my drive, my ambitions have given some kind of fruit, but I am exhausted from it. And the 9 of Swords, which is probably one of the most.
The guy on the bed.
The guy in the bed.
9 of Swords.
Yeah.
On the wall above him.
Yeah, which I cannot find him, but I think anybody who has seen the tarot remembers that one. That one is essentially a reality check. It's like my subconscious, my dreams are being shattered as we speak, and I'm getting this major reality check. Like I woke up from a dream, and I either realized that it was just a dream, and I'm mourning that, or it was a terrible nightmare, and I'm still in shock.
What about the 10?
The 10. Wait, we don't need them anymore. Okay. Number 10, let me see, what do I start from? Well, okay, easily number 10 is, of course, wholeness, unity. It's the culmination of the process. Number 10, if you, let's start like this. Okay, this is called tetractys. It's a Pythagorean concept. And according to Pythagoras, or to Pythagorean philosophers, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the bricks which make all of creation. Because you have unity, you have the 2 genders, and then you have the 3 elements of the spirit and the 4 elements of creation at the very base. All of this summed give 10. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. And therefore 10 is the number of the divine, of the unknowable divine, which is the cosmos, which is the perfection of creation. All of creation together, which is the divine, is number 10. It's also, let me see what else. Well, it's the root of creation, like I said. It's also the tree of life, the Kabbalistic tree of life, which I can actually draw by using pebbles, which I never did, and it's nice. So, here, let's see, like this. This is the Kabbalistic tree of life, drawn using pebbles. So all of it is Malkuth, which is the last Sephira in the tree, starting from Kether. This is number 1. And then it goes down to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
And this is creation. It's the same concept as the Tetractus. As in, when you get here, you have everything condensed in tangible and visible form. But at the same time, this becomes a new Kether for another process of creation. So this becomes this, and it starts all over again.
Mm.
And this is something that in the Kabbalah you have very clearly, because in the Kabbalah there are 4 words of creation, each of them related to one element: fire, water, air, earth, and they are all connected. The moment one of the word ends, the other one begins. But this also happens in the Tarot. In the Tarot, you when you reach number 10 of a specific suit, you are supposed to evolve into another suit.
What do you mean by suit?
If you reach the 10 of swords,
Mm-hmm.
which is a dead guy, you have 2 options. You stay dead,
Mm-hmm.
or you move on and you evolve.
Mm-hmm.
So number 10 is something that we cannot grasp for long. That kind of uh, completeness is not meant to last. Even the 10 of Pentacles, which is family, like the establishing of a family, it's more like the establishing of a family tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's why in the Rider Waite, it's a tree of life made out of the 10 Pentacles. It's the family tree. But once you do that, you don't stay there. You can't stay there. It has to go and move on.
Mm-hmm.
The 10 of wands, the guy carrying all of the wands, being extremely tired by that cannot last. You can't do that forever.
Mm-hmm.
You're not Sisyphus. You can't carry those wands forever. You have to put them down at some point. The 10 of cups, people celebrating, all the cups are in the air. At some point the celebration has to end. So yeah, the point of number 10 is that once you reach it, you are catching a glimpse of absolute completeness, but you cannot stay there.
Kind of stay there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a little continuation of our numerology video about the 10
Mm-hmm.
numbers. How do we call them? About the 10 digits.
Well,
10.
in Pythagorically, it will be the Tetractus, but Kabbalistically, it will be the 10 Sephirot. But also, it's just, I would say, the first 10 digits.
Okay.
Easy.